Hello, Mr. Bull. How you doing this week, my man?
All good this week. Interested to hear what, especially one of the movies we're covering today is like and what you think of it, because obviously you get to see all these on red carpets and stuff way before we do. So we are going to talk about Heads of State in a moment, but I think the one that a lot of people have been looking forward to hearing about this week is, of course, the new Jurassic World movie, Rebirth, which is out. So let's start there.
Yeah, so Jurassic World Rebirth, which is now the 7th. Can you believe 7th Jurassic Park movie? It's been 32 years, and we now have 7 of these.
I know.
Like, I was 10 years old. I was there opening weekend of the first one. The View Cinema, what's now the View Cinema in Sheffield. Remember it like it was yesterday. Been at the cinema for every one of these, and we've now had 7 of them. So Gareth Edwards is directing on this one. Gareth Edwards, again, was the creator of the 2014 Godzilla, Monsters from, I think, about 2009, 2010. And, of course, his best movie, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. This time around, he has been tasked with being the sort of for-hire, gunslinger director to basically bring this thing in on time. This is a hybrid of Deep Blue Sea, in which a bunch of scientists are sent to one of the Jurassic Islands to retrieve blood samples from different dinosaurs. One land, one sea, one air, as if it's a video game. Because when they combine them, they can make a miracle drug that cures heart disease. But of course, there's also a B-plot because there needs to be a family in this somehow. So enter Dora the Dino Explorer and family, a shipwrecked family that these mercenaries happen to pick up on the way, and they get separated, and they both separately have to walk their way across this island. So you've got Team B being the family, just looking for survival. Team A are stopping off to get blood samples along the way. Said mercenary team are, of course, led by Scarlett Johansson. I've got a clip for you. Brace yourself. This is them explaining which island they're on.
Mr. Work here didn't tell us everything that we need to know.
Look, this island was a laboratory of sorts. They conducted experimental work here.
What kind of experiments?
Crossbreeding of species, engineered entertainments, they call them.
Genetically altered freaks?
Any that were malformed or just too damn hard for anybody to look at, they left them here.
Well, that's inhuman. Why not just euthanize them?
The average cost of a created species is $72 million. What would you do? Kill it and have to tell your bank, or just carry it forward under R&D?
What would I do with mutant dinosaurs from an accounting perspective? Is that really the question?
So if anyone's listening now and maybe they saw the first one and didn't see any of the others, but they'd like to dive back in and see this one, are they going to be completely lost, or will they be able to dive into it and understand it?
These things are never exactly that tightly plotted and densely rooted in their mythology. I mean, I could pick holes in this knowing the mythology, to be really honest. It actually might work better if you don't know the mythology, because I'm sitting there thinking, what happened to the Lysine contingency? But, nerd stuff like that. Also, I will say, if you've only seen the first Jurassic Park movie and you want to see another good one, just watch The Lost World, because it's really the only other great one. This is very much a by-the-numbers greatest hits. It's got that awful color grading that every tentpole seems to have now, where everything is slightly grayed out. And you're like, why does this look so ugly? It's a Jurassic Park movie. It's set in daylight, in green fields with blue skies and colorful dinosaurs. Why are you graying this out? This ridiculous pivot that the franchise has taken for the last 3 movies and now this one of we're not doing dinosaurs anymore because everyone's bored of dinosaurs, so let's do mutant dinosaurs. I'm sorry, just do a dinosaur movie. This stuff isn't entertaining anymore. The characters are paper thin. I mean, Scarlett Johansson is supposed to be this traumatized mercenary, but she really just behaves like she's doing an impersonation of Ryan Reynolds. Which, given that it's Scarlett Johansson and her personal tie to Ryan Reynolds, is kind of funny. You've then got a character played by Rupert Friend, who, from the minute he's introduced, is pretty much played as if he's Burke from Aliens, and then, wouldn't you know it, does exactly the same thing that Burke from Aliens does. This is supposedly written by David Coep, however you say his name, Oscar-winning writer of, the first Jurassic Park movie, Spider-Man from 2002 with Sam Raimi, wrote a bunch of the Spielberg classics. And you watch it and think, were you having an off morning? Were you hungover when you wrote this? Like, what's going on here? This is awful. I mean, These set pieces are good fun, but they are greatest hits versions of bits in other films. Like there is a bit with a flying dinosaur, but of course it's nowhere near as good as the one from Jurassic Park 3, a sentence nobody has ever said aloud. You know, there's another bit that's on a boat that's also not as good as that bit from it. It's that, but of course it's a Jurassic Park movie, so all of this stuff is expensive and technically proficient, so it's better looking than most of the versions you'd see in other movies. So it's kind of like, it's like having a bad Nando's. You know what I mean? It's still a Nando's, so it's better than a lot of other chains, but it's not their best. You know what I mean? They're phoning it in. This is Nando's phoning it in.
Well, if you want to check out Jurassic World Rebirth, you can at View Oxford, Curzon Oxford, Oxford Cinema and Cafe, Cineworld, Whitney and Didcot, and The Light in Banbury. All right, so on to our next movie. We're going to look at something that's on Amazon Prime that you don't need to leave the house for if you subscribe already, and it is called Heads of State. Quite excited about this one because I think this is the sort of movie that's up my street, Van.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a very good contrast with Jurassic World Rebirth, because Jurassic World Rebirth, predictable, going by the numbers, not very fun. Here, predictable, going by the numbers, tons of fun. So very much two sides of the same coin. So written and directed by Ilya Naishuller, who gave us Nobody and Hardcore Henry. He's got Nobody 2 out later this year. It stars Idris Elba. I keep saying Dwayne Johnson. Idris Elba and John Cena. The whole thing is everybody in this movie has fought Dwayne Johnson. That's the gag here. Everybody in this movie has at some point had a scrap with Dwayne Johnson, like, you know, for entertainment purposes. John Cena hasn't done it in the movie. He did it in the ring. But the rest, all on screen. So John Cena and Idris Elba are the President of the USA and the Prime Minister of Britain, respectively. They are on Air Force One. They don't get along. They bicker. They squabble. And then some group of terrorists shoot down Air Force One, strand the pair in the middle of the forest in Belarus, and they have to band together to survive. That's right, boys and girls. It's a classic 80s, 90s buddy cop actioner, but just happens to involve the Prez and the PM. So have a listen to this clip. This is them just bickering in the forest.
You all right back there, Derringer?
Fine.
Hearing a lot of panting and snuffling.
I don't snuffle, okay? Besides, don't concern yourself with how another man breathes. Boundaries, guy.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. Endurance is tough for guys like you.
Guys like me.
Guys like you, you know, Jim Strong.
Jim Strong?
Jim Strong.
As opposed to?
Strong.
You want to see Jim Strong? I'll rip a tree out of the ground and beat you to death with it, huh?
Go on then.
What?
Rip that tree out and beat me to death with it. That's what I thought. Silly thing to say, really.
Pick the biggest tree.
I feel like this is going to have quite a lot of kind of comedy moments. Is it a bit like Lethal Weapon, where there's that sort of bickering and there's that fun, and then there's some serious action as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's really soft scoop at the side of something like Lethal Weapon, obviously. But in terms of what these things are now, this is quite good fun. This is very much, this would pitch this to the Rush Hour crowd, I would say. Like the Rush, if you're someone who really enjoys Rush Hour for its balance of action, comedy, and the specific tone that it has, I would say this is kind of where to go. Ilya Naishuller, though, textbook case here of take a low-budget director, give them a reasonable mid-budget, and just let them loose. And what you've got here is a startlingly well-staged, really punchy, fun, and just energetic actioner that really coasts on great chemistry between Idris and Cena. And this is kind of the second time they've done this, because they've done it in The Suicide Squad as well. And this is produced by the guy who, you know, produced The Suicide Squad, who's now the head of DC Films. Weirdly, the Superman event was going on at the same time as this across town. And then you've got Jack Quaid in the middle of it all, who gets a single scene and manages to own the entire movie. Like, the entire movie stolen in one move by the son of Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. He is the best Nepo baby that has ever lived, and I am here for it. He is him and Wyatt Russell should just rule the town, in my opinion. They are the kings of the Nepo babies. But yeah, just a great, breezy, punchy, action-filled laugh ride of a movie. It's on streaming as well. This is a Prime Video movie this weekend. So this is your beer and pizza movie. This is one, just kick back, throw your shoes off, pull the recliner back, shut the curtains, crack them open, stick this on. and you will have a blast for just shy of 2 hours. Idris is a lot of fun playing deadpan, Idris. John Cena's good fun playing idiot Cena. They're both leaning into their character types and just throwing it at each other. And also, I can listen to John Cena mispronounce Leicester Square forever. That's all I'm saying.
Perfect kind of weekend movie when the kids or the grandkids have gone to bed, just like you say, chill out, relax, slippers off, and just enjoy. Sounds good to me, and you don't even have to leave the home or the house. It's on Amazon Prime. Heads of State, as Van said, from today. Next week, well, it's the big one, Superman. I'm looking forward to hearing what you think of that one. You're getting to see that this week, or have you already seen it?
I'm seeing it Tuesday night. This is the film of the year. This is the one I've been looking forward to most for this year.
Yeah.
It's James Gunn doing Superman. Like, Superman's good, James Gunn's good. Put them together, that sounds like magic to me. This is like James Cameron doing Spider-Man level of, oh my God, yes.
Maybe we need to rename him Hyperman, not Superman.
There is an Ultraman in the movie. There is a villain called Ultraman, so that is happening.
Amazing. All right, well, we'll see what you think to that one on the show Friday next week. Thank you, Van. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll catch up then, all right?
Till next. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Van. Right, it's 10:25. This is BBC Radio Oxford.